Hey everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is the Way West Stand, and we're joined, as always, by Rhett Conway. Rhett, how you doing?
Doing all right, Brian. How you doing?
Doing good. Excited to talk a little bit about Arsenal. Still first, but we're not talking about a win today, unfortunately. But a draw, as we discussed before recording. When I said, "Oh, they tied," and like, nope, it's a draw. I was like, yes, okay, I'm still learning. But yeah, tell me about this match versus Liverpool.
So yeah, it is Anfield again. Arsenal performed very well. I was very happy with them for the most part. Um, Especially the first half. I mean, the first 40 minutes, especially after Jesus put us up 2-0, was very much feeling like we're going to finally get this off our backs. This is it. We've done it. We're going to win 3 points at Anfield. Feels great. And then the 40th minute happened, and I was just pleading, God, get us to halftime. That solid goal went in, and it just Liverpool started to do what Liverpool does. Liverpool is very capable of doing this type of thing. Um, and then halftime did not give the reprieve I was really, really hoping it was going to give. We ended up giving away a penalty 6 or 7 minutes into the half. Salah missed it, thank God. Put it wide, and then from that point, it was just a half of holding on to the lead as much as we could, everything we could. We just got to hold on to it, hold on to it, hold on to it, and then the 87th minute happened, and we weren't holding on to it anymore.
Yeah, so before we started talking, you said that a lot of people have been viewing that 87th minute goal as kind of a backbreaker. What are your feelings on that and that kind of line of thought?
It felt like a backbreaker at the time, absolutely. I mean, it felt like, especially when you're up 2-0, and then they score that late, it just feels like, man, we had it, we didn't. Realistically, we probably should have had let in a goal by that point. It, Liverpool was just so good on the ball for the second half. To say nothing of the solid penalty miss, there were several other very big chances that Liverpool probably should have taken advantage of. Um, Expected goals, Liverpool had 4, Arsenal had 1.4. We've talked about this a lot on Swinging at Shins. I'm starting to trust expected goals less and less. However, that feels about right for this game. Um, I think Arsenal got Anfield a bit, but Aaron Ramsey stood on his head to make feels like 1,000,001 saves. And we get out of Anfield with a point, and I do think it's going to really feel like a very big point because our destiny is still fully within our hands.
Yeah, so like we said at the top, still first place, got a point, got out of there with that at least. So looking forward a little bit to West Ham. How are you feeling going into this match?
I think if we're feeling anything other than confident, we're silly. Um, I do not feel like there's no point in even watching it. It's going to be a bloodbath. I don't think that's going to happen. We're playing away. West Ham's in a relegation battle. They have all to play for. It's a London derby. Um, we still, our defense is hurting, um, but it looks like we'll have Eddie back. It looks like we'll have possibly Saliba back. And if he's not ready for West Ham, he should be ready moving on beyond that, which will make us very happy. So I'm still confident. Looking ahead, we have the ability to lose a match and still be in the lead, which is nice. And if we draw, we can have the ability, if we draw at the Etihad, which again with Saliba, it's a good possibility, but you definitely 8 points feels better than 6, but 6 also feels a lot better than 5. So that's where we're at with this. That's where we're feeling with it. One thing I want to touch on, and I kind of brought it up in Swinging at Shins, but I'm going to touch on it here too for the viewers who only watch this.
Mhm. Although they should check that out as
Yeah,
well.
if you can, that'd be great.
Yes.
I am not making an excuse when I say this. It is just the way everyone said that the reason why Arsenal would falter. And again, getting a point away at Anfield doesn't feel like a falter. I mean, City have no points at Anfield this year. They lost 1-0. But getting a point away at Anfield, if Arsenal's going to falter, excuse me, it was going to be because of lack of depth. And I'm not making an injury excuse. I am saying this is the difference between the two teams. City have the depth and Arsenal don't. If we have Saliba, or even if we have Tomiyasu, and Ben White can play center back over Holding, I think that this is a very different game. That being said, I think that if they started Nunez over Jota, it could have been a very different game. And the other thing that I want to bring up that I would like to have seen, the one thing that Arteta does that I don't like is he brings guys on too late. I really would have liked to see Leandro Trossard play for 30 minutes instead of 10. I think that could have been a very big difference. But yeah, no, overall, this feels like a bit of a gut punch, and I can't believe that we're still not doing it at Anfield. But if you had asked me at the beginning of the season, hey, 4 points with 2 matches against Liverpool, I would have been ecstatic.
Right.
So, yeah, trying to center it back to this is still very good.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's tough just because like they've been so hot, they've won so many in a row, and then of course Man City has also won a bunch in a row, and they're right there. So it should be interesting to close this out. Anything else in like the future that you want to talk about that's like on your mind for Arsenal?
Yeah, the Chelsea match has been moved. It's on a Tuesday night now, I believe, which is going to give us a couple more days rest. It's not great for the fans who had tickets.
Yeah.
But it's going to give them a couple more days rest, and I look forward to Saliba coming back. That is going to be a huge thing I look forward to. Apart from that, and I brought this up in Swinging at Shins as well, I am going to be having to take a break from all this. I have another kid on the way who is due imminently.
Yes.
So if I'm not here, yeah, it is very exciting. If I'm not here, it has nothing to do with Arsenal's form. I'm just busy. And Brian will be doing his best to fill in for me with Swinging at Shins.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know how often that's going to happen. I do not know how it's going to look.
Yeah,
but if I suddenly disappear, that's what's going on. So,
it'll probably be a truncated version because I don't have the, knowledge to really add a lot of like interesting commentary to it. It'll mostly probably be like, I'll talk to Aaron. Like if you have any time, you'll give some ideas of what to talk about, and then it'll mostly be similar to these episodes where we're talking about teams or sports that I'm not experts in, where I'm just kind of guiding the conversation and letting the expert kind of really give like the insight to what's going on.
The joke was going to be that you see 105 minutes, 115 minutes, and then 38 minutes. When I had the kid, and on the run times,
no doubt. That's very true, very real. So obviously, congratulations to you. Very exciting there, and I'll do my best to hold down the fort in your stead, but hopefully anybody watching here will cut me a little slack on that end.
Hopefully.
But other than that, Rhett, anything you want to plug? Where can they find you? Anything like that? Floor is yours.
If you're looking for this, Wicked Good Sports and Swinging at Shins, you can find us on TikTok. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. I think you can find Wicked Good Sports on Twitter. I don't know if you run that or not. I think you do.
It is there. It's Wicked Good Sport on Twitter because someone else has Wicked Good Sports. Elon.
Just make sure you're finding the right logo. You'll get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Apart from that, Swinging at Shins this week, we talk about Villa's meteoric rise. We talk about, is Dean Smith the right guy for Leicester? We talk about the tightening of the race. We get a lot more in depth to this match than we talked about here because we have the time. And then we have some pretty fun true false that we had to throw together at the last minute because we've both been busy. But it was a good time. So make sure you check that out. That'll be coming out same day as this.
Yes, so go check that out. And you can follow me on Twitter at @thefakeymarr, BMARR. Right now, mostly tweeting about Survivor, honestly, just because my major sport, the NFL, is a little bit of a hiatus. I know the NFL is never really on break because they have stuff going on at all times, but the Dolphins don't have a first-round pick in the draft, so I haven't been like obsessively reading mock drafts and stuff as much as I usually do. So I've been a little lazy on my sports coverage, other than on here, which I have not been lazy on my sports coverage. I've been really getting into it. So, Rhett, thank you so much for your time.
All right. Thank you, Brad.
And we will see you all in the next one.